that the first time I ever performed spoken word or anything in front of a microphone was sometime in September of last year. I know, not that long ago. You can applaud. But yeah. And then I went once, and I was like, okay, that was fun. That was a good thing. I'll never do that again. But thanks for letting me do that. And then I saw Steve, who I didn't know at the time. I went to say hi to my friend Corey, who doesn't even care enough to come to my show. So you guys can maybe bring that up to him later. But I went to say hi to him, and Steve was like, hey, you did a piece at the first show this year, didn't you? And I was like, yeah. And he remembered one of the images in my poems, and I was like, cool, someone was listening, so maybe I'll do that again sometime. And then I've been to every Tongues of Fire since then, except for one, which I was doing some other poetry thing that night. So since then, I've been doing poetry pretty regularly, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. In case you haven't noticed, I ramble. I really like the sound of my own voice. So this is the piece that I did, though, the first time ever. Welcome. He's not in on the joke. Okay. At 1 in the morning, the clock stopped ticking, but my heart kept beating. I stopped caring about being understood and melted into images of gold helium balloons that float away from girls with pigtails and tears that melt painted faces. Unicorns and mermaids turned to salty rainbows, and I stopped worrying about writing run-on sentences and dividing my thoughts up into complete and incomplete. I'm on top of an imaginary lighthouse, laughing and or crying, and really what difference does it make as I scream at the top of my lungs, stop trying to get me! I'm still singing that tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999, and never mind that was 9 years ago. Every morning someone wants to marry me and someone else wants to slit my throat. Every night someone falls in and out of love with me. I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel and always at the top. My brother knows I'm scared to death, but he'll rattle the cage until I threaten to kill him, and then he'll laugh. And I never did like rides. They always made me cry and throw up and sit by myself for 3.5 hours getting hit on by pedophiles and taking it as a compliment because my tits got big before any of my friends. I used to drink in back alleys, piss in the snow, and throw up all morning, and why is that fun? And so what if I don't revise this before I read it in front of a room full of people? In 25 seconds I'll be done talking and you'll decide it didn't mean anything. But for now, you're still listening, and that's gotta mean something. Although I'm a writer, I rarely use pens. I prefer to tap away on keys because I might just unlock some truth. And with the click-clack under my fingers, I move forward, weaving words into a tapestry of beautiful nonsense. At some point, you have to let go and just let the images flow. Let them wash over you like waves, and if you take nothing else away from this, remember it meant something to someone once upon a time, even if it was back in '99.